Hello friends. So we've come to our very last letter for this year. And unfortunately, the letter never arrived in the mail for the last letter. So we're going to have to do it together. And maybe you could make this letter at home to help our class with it. I talked to another school that was close to us in Brantford and they didn't receive this letter either. So I'm not sure if something happened to it in the mail or what happened to it. So I have some things that I brought for this letter. This, I'm going to put it up really close, is a coin. And if you can see it really close, it says 25 cents. And it has a picture of a caribou on it. And if we look at the other side, it looks like the other coins we talked about at school that have the picture of the queen on the other side. So this is called a quarter. Also, I brought along this that goes on your bed. This is pretty. It's stitched. The flowers are stitched onto it. And when you have a blanket like this, it's usually called a quilt. Have you figured out what the last letter is? And I also brought these. Have you ever used them before? They're called a Q-tip. I keep them in the bathroom. Another word that you might think of for this letter is when you don't say anything and you're or you talk in a really small voice. When you're trying to be, did you figure it out? Quiet. So our new letter, I'm going to get our white paper. The new letter of the week, the last letter, is the letter Q. So the uppercase is a circle that looks like an O, and then it has a little line that goes across like that. That's the uppercase Q. Lowercase starts out with magic C. Then we go up to the top and we do a line down. And then we put what I call it a little tail that goes up like that for the letter Q. And I thought maybe we would write those words. So the first thing that I showed was a quarter. Q. Now, Q is interesting because it always has a letter after it, and it's always U. The letter U. So it says, Q and U say together, qua, qua, qua. So here's the word quart. E-R to end the word. There's the word quarter, which is that piece of money. Quilt. Q. U. Quit. So we're going to do I. Quill. L. Quilt. Quilt. There we go. Q-tip is actually with a capital. So we'll do the O. That's the little line through it. Q, t, 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 t. Letter I. Q-tip, p, 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 P. There's Q-tip. And the last word we'll do is quiet. So it starts with a lowercase, Q, qua. There's the Q, qua. We need the U that always goes with the Q. Quai. I hear I saying its name. Quai. E. Quai. T. quiet. T to end. So there's 4 words that start with Q. Quarter, quilt, Q-tip, quiet. I thought maybe we could make a letter Q using Q-tips and some paint. So I got some paint. I have a jar of it here, and I'm going to dip my Q-tip into the paint. It's just a small jar that I loosened. I might need to loosen it again because I think it started to come apart. Cool. There we go. Make sure you ask before you do this, though. I might even be able to use the lid. I did some shaking of the paint, so I've got paint on the lid here. I'm going to take my Q-tip and put it in the paint, and then form the letter Q. This paint goes quite a long way on a Q-tip. This is a fun way to paint. So I'm making the letter capital uppercase Q, so I'm doing an O shape to begin. There we go. And then I'm going to put that little line going through. And there's my Q-tip O. Maybe you can think of a different thing that you could do. I'm also including a song on this called 5 Little Ducks that I like because the little ducks say quack, quack, quack. And that's a fun song to do for the letter Q also. Have fun, friends.